Live, live, live. Let's go live, just a surprise. Hey, hey, Psy Tai Podcast. Welcome, welcome. Get this up here. Think that we are. That intro. There it is. Now we coming through both sides. All right, all right. Mic check out 1, 2, 1, 2. Hey, welcome, welcome. Y'all made it to the Psy Tai Podcast. Hopefully y'all have a wonderful morning, evening, night, midnight special, whatever time is coming at y'all. Enjoy this energy, take part in this atmosphere, and we can have the conversation of a lifetime. The most conversation that you ever done, ran across in your life. It will all tie together in ways you probably never seen before. Never thought. Probably saw it in the movie. Probably saw it out the corner of your eye. Get the chat up there. As it's rising, nothing take me by surprising. I'm alive and I'ma keep doing what I need. For me and my seed, I'm planting them. You dampen them. Thanks for watering them. We all in this together. The universe is way too clever to fall for such evil endeavors. But it's the most evilest thing mixed with the prettiest. Some might just say that it's hideous, but that's the chaos. Some people, lying to myself. Do I need the help? Grab a load of belt. Align with them root chakras. I really love this beat. Hear this around. Sound like that oncoming, that come up experience. That's what this remind me of. I'm coming up, will I come back? I left my body, it was laying down. When I visited all them clowns, I saw that all was me, all around. Now I'm floating, never moping. It's a certain melancholy. I can't hear myself, it's weird. There we go, that's better. Hey, you well. Listening to this instrumental by Sophie called Is It Cold in the Water? The timing on this instrumental is, I love it. There we go. Just want to play that to bring the vibes in. Bring the vibes in. I'm gonna jump in on the Discord in just a moment. Just a moment. Just want to unleash some tiredness, put some stuff out there together. The weather's been way clear. It's been cool. Been tying some things together in my life to get things pushing and moving in a way that was envisioned a long time ago. Like I mentioned a lot of times, we find ourselves at a lot of times like, where am I at? What am I supposed to be doing next? And Mushroom be showing me like when I was on the experience, I have everything around me, already, and already been working on it. You're already your evolution. Like, we're looking for the next step in the evolution, like how we be looking for the missing link and stuff like that. Remember the old sayings like you're the missing link. You're the missing link. Sarah, I hear that in a while, but yeah, we're that missing link. It all ties together with what we're thinking, how we're thinking, and actually believing in ourselves, loving ourselves. Because that's our whole conundrum of shit all going on at the same time is what makes that version that wants to express itself in this reality that thing. And loving oneself comes with all of those attributes. They come with the whole ups and downs, and whatever I'm outputting, just having the confidence of doing it because is what it is. It is what it is. I think the whole world will be on the art tip because the whole world is artists. But what if people, and even in their artistry of being if they're in the business and stuff. Like if some person got the music, the creativity, and then you got the corporation, like all those people matter. Because even if not in the corporation, that can be your best friend still playing that role. Or like Waka Flocka had his mom as his manager. And you say you are the link. Yeah, you are the link. You ain't missing. Missing. You thought you was missing. That's how we started the beginning of the podcast. But you found. You found. Look at your hands. You have hands. You have shoulders. You can roll them. You know how many different things you can roll off your shoulder with? Getting into parkour, getting into break dancing, getting into just regular dancing, getting into stretching, everything. Start noticing every part of your body. Start linking all it together. As you grow and mature in age, all those links will stay strong and connected. Strong and connected. As I was saying, like outputting whatever it is at the cause, because once the whole world is full of artists, and at any point in time, once you know that once you see that it is what it is, you start moving on a different type time. And that come to different people on different layers. They come at them aggressively, calmly, or over time with a mix of aggressive and calm and patience, and gotta go overboard sometimes. Like if it's a big cool ass mix of all of those things. And once you see that that's the building blocks for what's next. Once the mushroom, that's the building blocks to what to use for what's next. It rids a lot of fear. It rids a lot of fear. And that's what I'm thankful for, a lot of these experiences for allowing me to really navigate in these kind of ways of just outputting. Just outputting, outputting, outputting. And then once you start doing that, you start getting more like, all right, now I want to output it like this, because then you start seeing how your own pattern is working, how your own pattern of being starts to move about in this realm. And with these psychedelic compounds like acid and mushrooms and stuff, we was talking about on True Podcast, Mark Dreams and we was tying on the acid experience and the tryptamine experience in and of itself, and how it coordinates the mind to be able to grasp concepts that you've seen before, or that you probably never even seen before. Recapping what you had put out there real fast, or what you never seen before, for all of us put together. And with the movement on, you still alive. Like even if you encounter something scary, if you encounter something that was overwhelming, like I didn't even want to know that. I didn't even want to know that right now. Like why I had to run across that? Why is this the thing that's happening? You still alive after that, conscious of that experience. and and what comes next? Show me. There's no telling what comes next. No telling what comes next. Just me observing. That's what comes next on my behalf. But yeah, even whatever comes out, it can come out as you in reality saying things that probably don't have. Oh, let me see. So check this way. So I don't see how many people watching. There we go. I still want to see that. All right. Yeah. It can come out as like you coming out as crazy to people or as not reasonable, not being reasonable in so-called common sense situations. And you can play the common sense, you can play it'll be common sense to the person or to you, but because of the experience you would probably interject with something like I interject, or wait, I kindly interject on this behalf or on this behalf of this experience or that experience, and bring something new to the table. But things that's new is not always what people want in the moment. And I'm just thinking now, as we keep on maturing with this, you start seeing how to present yourself. Like I would say with the artistry, it's all art. It's all art. You'd be like saying, it's all art. Like I said, you start outputting like, yeah, I'm this, I'm that, or you're not supposed to be doing that. You come out with the Messiah complex at times, or with the hermit complex at times. Like, oh, I don't want to tell nobody nothing because they just got to do their thing, and I gotta go and just do me, and that's it. And then it's like, and then in the other term, like, yo, these people not all doing what they supposed to be doing, so that's the reason why I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing. And then it's the other one where it's like, oh, they're all connected, and now they're doing what I'm doing, and I'm doing what I'm doing, and they're doing what they're doing. Like it's the degree. It's yeah, it's degrees. It's degrees. It's the scales. It's not just black and white. It's not, oh, I'm here or I'm over there. It's a lot going on. It's a lot going on. And he says, show me the infinite flow. That's the way that it always goes. That infinite flow. Showing the artistry and showing, just trying to output after these experiences is what I was tying on. And being confident and go, because that confidence come with it is what it is. And that flow will push, that infinite flow will push you to through boundaries that you put up yourself. Like you'll see the ones that other people put up for you, and like you be pushing past those pretty fast. And then you'll start even seeing the hidden ones that you set up, other people set up for you. That in reality you set up for yourself along this pathway in the ender journey of it all, like the ender journey of it, not the exo journey of it. So, but you'll start seeing like, oh wow, and it's not always a thing that you want to change or get rid of. Like think of when you think of I need to change myself. Oh, I need to change. I need to change. Like I said that a lot. I said that a lot. I even got videos and stuff doing that. Like, oh, changing into this or doing that. Wish you that. I think it all comes from a place of desperation mixed with sight, because you're going to still see stuff that you want to do. But saying that you need to change so much, I think comes from a hurt place of not knowing that thing that you're already changing. Like, or even coming to the idea of contemplating the feeling of change and how that feels. Because some people, once they even come to that feeling of change, they already got the personalities to come at it. Like, oh, I'm chilling right now, or I'm doing this right now, or that's what they do over there. Oh, that's crazy talk. It really is a difference in the personality and the self once you start letting things in. Change your perception. Hey, big chill. Big old chill. Change your perception, change your mind. Change your mind, change your time, change your rhyme. Your rhyme and reason. Like what was his rhyme and reason for doing that? Like what was rhyming together? Like when you freestyle, you don't really know what's going to come next. You get like this little fruition a little bit at times, but you splatter, you just splatter, and then over time you see how it was rhyming and stuff. That's the rhyme of life. Our life be rhyming. Like we're the MC, the master of ceremonies. I was talking about earlier that link that we thought was missing. That yeah, it's not always something to discard. that change. You could be recognizing it. Because then the culture that we have so many different cultures putting up this lifetime and stuff, we got so many cultures being put up against us at the same time that we be finding our foot in there, a toe in there, a little finger in there, get your elbow a little in there, and not notice it, and then just say, "Oh, I'm doing this. I'm with the black culture, or I'm with the anime culture, or I represent this culture or that." Now, knowing all along we really represent a bunch of things going on at the same time. But like, really find one person that's representing one culture, like in and of itself. Unless they like in a remote tribe or something that had no contact, but still they mixing up with other tribes that was in their area throughout time that we probably just don't know about because they got wiped out, something like that. So yeah, find one that's not just made of one culture. Recognizing that, I think allows me to relax a lot more about where I find myself. And then just like, oh, this is where I find myself. Okay, let's work with this. Let's see what it is. Instead of saying, no, I gotta run over there. I need to buy this ticket now. Gotta spend all my money. Can't stay here no more, or I'm gonna die. It's overtaking me. I'm drowning. Or they don't like me. Sometimes people don't like you. But then sometimes people just have a huge misunderstanding. Hey, Martin said a rhyme in a fractal in perfect time with nearly perfect timing. Yeah. It just catch you on the slip right when you was about to hit the dip. Hit it with a little slow motion one time. Yeah, I'm gonna jump into Discord. Hanging out. Into the Theodore. Oh no. What y'all got crack-a-lacking?
Fucking chilling.
Cutting up some carrots. Just went live. Well, I've been live for a minute.
Fractal carrot.
Yeah. Tying together the rhyme and the reason. Martin said it always comes at that nearly perfect timing. Alright, this is some good weed right now. I finally switched up, got some new weed. I was smoking the same stuff for like 2 weeks. So this tastes pretty good, zoning me out, but I'm honed in like a falcon. Yeah, it's something too. I was thinking just now, like using the metaphor of the falcon and stuff like that. How we always, humans all the time, take culture from animals, the spirit of it, as if it was giving us a perception that we couldn't see in ourselves in the moment.
The spirit realm.
Yeah, that's what you're perceiving into. Parrot, I was gonna say parakeet, that too, but the peacock is doing something more when it's flashing those feathers, sending out them vibrations and stuff. Because it's literally only done to attract the mates, like attract the other side and stuff. But on what science say, but what it pushes out and what people are attracted to when you see it. I saw one walking down the road, like it was literally just on the side of somebody's house. And I was like, what the fuck? A whole peacock. Jumped out to see if it was gonna run. It ain't run. Took some cool pics with it. You know how reality is.
I think it's like part of the system of being beautiful for every being. you gotta not only attract your mate, but you gotta be smoothly attractive or something. There must be some advantageous like ways of attracting other animals, not even yours, like that keeps you safe in a way. Humans don't attract much sometimes.
I remember this one time I was on mushrooms, I was hiking, and there was this deer that was there. And then I was like, yo, what? Let me not move too fast, so I'm on the run. And I was like, yo, let me connect with it a little more. Let me vibe with it. Let me vibe. So I moved
Yeah,
like a couple steps, and then I just sat there. And I said, I ain't even
exactly.
gonna move no more. I'm just gonna sit right here, cross my legs.
Yeah,
It was
that's what I'd be
wonderful.
doing with the dude. And then what do you do?
I was just chilling with it. I was relaxing, not getting nervous about stuff, and just vibing with the nature that it was observing as well. The peace that it had.
Yeah, they have so much peace. They'll just be chilling, sitting.
That's why they jump so fast when they hear something. When you chilling, your head move
Yeah.
fast when something happen. Like, huh? Or not all the time. Sometimes you be like, oh, I hear that. But if you don't really know, you like
Yeah,
high alert. But
right.
because that high alert is just the same focus as the peacefulness, the same shift.
hmm It's just something filtered into that peacefulness and
Just letting it in. That
yeah,
peacefulness is something more than what people realize. It's not just, oh, everything is just all good. It's
yeah.
like an open mind to it is what it
Beyond,
is.
right. It's beyond good. It feels like goodness if we were to come back and then describe it, but it's like it's just isness.
Yeah.
Like I remember thinking back in the day, like, oh, especially when people would talk about psychedelics, like, oh, just meditate on psychedelics. Like when I was like, that would be scarier. That would be like that would be boring. But then once you get into the moment, you're like, okay, something was there.
So
Get
you did
closer to it.
psychedelics before meditations and stuff? Well, you said you're
Yeah.
doing them a long time.
Yeah, I did it when I was a kid and stuff.
Okay.
Did some psychedelic trips and stuff like that. But then when I really first started out, I did lay in darkness with the 5 grams, and that was crazy. But I didn't understand, like, I just didn't understand what meditation was after that experience. I would do it sometimes, but I don't know. It was just being afraid to sit with myself, really, or being afraid of my thoughts or something.
Don't it seem weird that that was a whole real vibe back then?
Yeah, that's what I was just reflecting on. It was all a real vibe of like fear, badness, or something.
Seemed
It
like to
was
me a
really,
story character when I look at myself back then. Like, yo, I really thought that was all real. Like, that was my whole life.
yeah,
The whole, every Slipknot song was right.
right. I know. That was real. Like, but then we figure out the emotion or whatever.
No, and that's what they was saying too. That's why I don't fault no musician after my mushroom experiences. Or they said, hey, these were the muses introducing you to different energies at moments of time. And
Yeah,
the Slipknot know what they was doing. Like they was embodying that pure aggression feeling with actual thoughts and emotion, like thoughts behind the emotion, like putting the
yeah, like
lyrics.
translating it.
Yeah, transmutation on the next level. They used to have the stars and the mask itself, putting on the mask to represent something else.
Yeah,
And it's tricky
yeah,
too how we trick ourselves because we be like, when at least when we're young. Some people get onto a hip when they're young though, but some people like me be like, oh, this is life, not them presenting one of many emotions that we go through, and it's not everything, but something to observe and sometimes you experiencing it. Like, yeah, you
yeah,
experiencing it. Like when I heard the songs, it wasn't saying things in words that other people were saying around me. Like how music is in general. Give you words for your emotions. Like, oh, that is how I can calculate this. And then you start getting in the groove with psychedelics and meditations and stuff, saying, all right, now I can calculate it on my own, my own words to it.
Yeah. I know.
And
That's
then at
really
the
like
end,
that
say it's not
process
that
of
bad.
finding our voice.
Mm-hmm.
It's like that blue flame starts to come out. But the voice is like everything. It's like our actual voice and our like views and like our decisions, what we start to be decisive or more opinionated or just holding more of a single perspective. But yeah, it's like translation. You could just have, we were talking about to have that tune of certain energies, but they just be gibberish. But in songs, sometimes you hear like old Ika or any song, but you're like, then it went like this, and then this happened, and then it was all good. The little kids be like like they always talking in gibberish, but it makes sense to them. They're like in a world.
I had looked it up before, bro. The word gibberish, and it was actually
Gibberish.
based off this alchemist, like the actual
That
name.
that's a good fact right there. Jib. That was his name,
Let me look it up.
maybe. Gibber?
Gibberish, also called jibber jabber or galactigook. Galactigook. It
That makes
says
me think
in
if you take a glop of something and then you gloop it, it's kind of just like formless.
it will. I'm thinking of flubber for a moment.
Gibber.
Oh, I want to find that one I had before.
Don't they call that like giblets or some shit? Like the chicken, like gib.
Yo, did they take that off of the wiki? That would be
It'd be-
wild. Because I went through this before. And I looked, it was right on the Wikipedia. It was talking about the magician and stuff like that and the alchemist. And now it's not there. Alright, somebody went and changed history? Well, trying to.
Trying to.
What the? Hold on. That's wow. I can literally go back to that episode and go on the same wiki. Like, I didn't do no deep dive or anything.
You got it on your live?
Yeah.
That's trippy.
Hold on. Is this it right here? A technical or esoteric language. In the Webster dictionary, it say gibberish, a technical or esoteric language. Synonyms: abracadabra. What?
What? Yo, they're fucking breaking the ETH right now. Nobody knows though, because they don't Google this shit. Fuck. That is different. They're basically saying it's not gibberish at all. They're like secret language.
They really are. You click on abracadabra, a magical charm or incantation.
Well, you know when people like doing that speaking in tongues in churches?
Mm-hmm.
That's that gibberish, but they know what they be saying with the energies. Abracadabra. Oh fuck.
Garvidia Leviosa.
Yeah.
You said they speak with the psychedelic user. Yeah, you said they speak with the energy of the situation even before words. Yeah, and that's how I was getting into making music, even on my like stuff I don't record and by getting into recording. Like you start with just mumble the flow.
Yeah. Because it's
Whisper.
like you're trying to, you know how your thoughts are, like our actions are always distilling into words. Like if we, I had one of those earlier. Oh, like when we have that full monkey mind, like it's like it comes out of the surface, but then in meditation, it seems like it's still there, but it doesn't have a word on. And then eventually it just goes all together. I lost my fract, but yeah, like
It
Yeah, what he said.
like
does.
like when you're
It
humming
always
though,
goes
like
all
that's
together, but you pull from it at certain times and you start stumbling, right? Tying your shoes look crazy at first, but now you just do that like it's magic.
yeah,
Whippity whoop.
it's like a distinction. Like instead of one little action, it's like it becomes a program or like something energetically. But it's yeah, when we're like doing singing or like freestyling, you're bringing the flow and the tone, and then the words. It's like reading.
Yep. It's like reading like jazz. Like skid that back that here I go right back to that back. Scat just going about it. I love music and I love all its
Catman.
forms.
Yeah, bro, I love music.
Not to get confused with Poop Man. No, it's ways that humans we always been bringing about these energies, just going about it in the simplest of forms that people would think is crazy, or not needed, or that's not where that's not how you start. You gotta already have the idea, the vision, the the proper pencil in front of you. Or now we got the phone, opening notepads. Like no, just start.
It seems like the urgency of like which thoughts we have, like they come in heat waves or something. It'll be like something really hot sometimes. That's urgent. But the cool stuff, it's like, nah, I'm cool. Like that's cool. It wouldn't be too much in a hurry. It'd be like, I'm cool.
And then when you get back in that coolness and get all your other gears used to doing that, you start. I start just playing music in my mind just by itself. Like I always have music, but original music that I didn't even like make up yesterday.
Yeah, that's the other thing. Like with walking around and seeing the distinctions, or like sometimes observing our thoughts, and then sometimes, like mostly all the time, there's like a song playing in my head. Also,
Yeah.
there's like stuck in there, the inner jukebox when you call it.
Just like the on every single cartoon we watch, got some background music playing.
Yeah.
It's always like that. And it used to be people get that too a lot, but people only mention it in like public spaces when they say, "Oh, I can't get this song out my head," or you know when you get this loop and it just keeps on playing the same 4 bars.
Yeah. That's
That's
what I
the
think is good to like,
experience.
is like when we sit down and listen to a bunch of different songs, I think it kind of like recorrelates and overlays all the songs and like
But sometimes it happens when no music is playing. Like I would get it sometimes still too. Like the same
well,
four
no, I'm saying
bars would
like
just keep playing.
yeah. No, I'm saying
What you
like once
saying?
it starts happening, then I'll have to start listening to music. But no,
Oh,
usually it has
gotcha.
I'm just staring at the wall or something.
I literally switched that thing in my mind. Like even if I visualize me turning some knobs or at the club or some musical spot,
Yeah.
I visualize that and I turn that. Or I start coming up or in another sense I'll start just literally thinking of another song or starting a new beat, but I have to think that I'm starting something new. That's the only way to switch. Or else it'll be
Yeah.
just playing and playing
You know
and
what that
while I'm
is, I
washing
think?
dishes.
I think that's your mind switching its thing into like a linear track. Because usually as an artist, we're on.
No, you went out.
Oh shit. I said, usually like when we start music, I think, or make art, we're in like a non-linear, or like octopus, or like the Venus star. We're just like one point in the middle. We can reach out any direction and go off on any different tangent. But then
It's a complete
sometimes,
mantra in that way.
yeah, and sometimes we like switch over to linear mode, and then we're starting to chase and pursue a single goal or a task to complete. But I'm learning like it's best in the morning to do that, like get something linear done, and mid-morning for some fractaling, like right now. I've been kind of looking at the brain patterns and like different neuroreceptors and seeing how different neurocytes, or whatever they call them, neurotransmitter sites, seeing how they're symbolic when I think about how we go about our day.
Does that correlate to the time of day?
Yeah, it's much in tune with the circadian. Like that's my main start of my practice in the morning. Wake up and then grab some water and salt and whatever minerals are in, and just get outside ASAP and get that fresh sun in my eyes or any type of, and then get that quick exercise, which is like a task that I chose to complete, like 15 minutes cardio. And then my brain's like, got it, we did it. And then whatever goal I write down after that, as long as it's just a small goal, get it done. It's like building on itself. Like the more tasks we complete, the more it syncs our pathways into being like.
It was like this movie called Russian Doll I was watching on Netflix, and she kept on resetting reality and restarting at the same point and being all confused and trying to do things different. And then she found another guy that was caught up in the loop, but he was like, all right, he woke up every day, gotta feed my fish, gotta set this up like this, set this up like this, and he was like, hey, everything kept coming back, so he knew how to keep things going into the next moment until he would just die again and like restart all over. And then it was a cool mix though, because she brought in that flavor mix of like she knocks stuff off his shelf sometimes. It's like, come on, she's gonna die. So, she's gonna reset. But I go through stuff like that too. I wake up, I brush my teeth, and I go out and water the garden and stuff like that. And I say, all right, let me just get this out, because on the timer it's still like, oh, before the sun come up. But now it's like, for me as well, like, all right, the sun is out there, get a little water touching my skin, waking up, everything all together. And now even the neighbor has said twice, saying, I kind of know when I woke up too late or when it's time to wake up and stuff like that, because seeing you outside with the garden, the water and stuff, it's been really cool. I was like, oh, all right.
No, I noticed with like bodybuilding and dieting, manipulate my body composition or something. It often includes eating when I don't want to and not eating when I want to.
You boosted
also,
morale with that very simple act.
I think like sometimes with dopamine stuff, like once we charge up as the, but it's really the substance that we have that's like fuel to get us to the root. So sometimes if we have a lot of fuel from dopamine, like if we have a lot of tasks completed to not task completed ratio, and so we have a lot of fuel, which makes us want to do a lot of, sometimes that would translate to us just doing sporadic, random, conscious stuff, I think. But then in those times, learning how to sit, and then also just not spending dopamine, like even though we feel we need to.
Just
and then
like
you have it for what stuff you don't want to do.
Yeah, stay interested in the whole day.
But then there's three pathways of neurocircuits: one for focus, one for energy or agitation, and if we get that forward.
What was the second one you said?
The neurocircuits, one for focus, one for goal-driven behavior, and one for energy and agitation. So those are like three different pathways for how our brain fires with dopamine. And they all aligned when we do that forward movement. Like setting a small goal in the morning that's exercise, done. Not like, I wonder what I'll get out of this. But like that completed task kind of syncs those.
The rest of the day.
Also, a lot of things like with working out, it would be like, oh, I just did a big workout. I should eat a big pancake meal. Do that a lot. That's like kind of fucking up the reward systems because we're giving ourselves the. But I'm learning that I want to have a lot of dopamine. I want to be doing a lot of things all the time. And to do that, it's like those random sporadic rewards that your body's like, I get good shit.
Gotta
I
take
don't
the
know when.
reward when they
Yeah.
come.
It's like there'll be some good shit happening. I don't know. You're not like driven towards like 4 o'clock coming. I gotta eat that cake.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah,
It just popped
Just
up
do
like
that,
like the interdimensional chef.
really, yeah. That's what our brain really is, like serving meals to itself or something. We got that higher consciousness chef up there.
Whipping realities together. Experience this. Experience that.
But I try to
That's-
think of all this stuff as like being involved with the activities I'm in instead of trying to just with dopamine as something so technical.
Yeah,
Just
no,
assume.
it plays in the back of the mind. And like it is a knowledge point because that's how people would just probably be at the gym all day and be like, well, this is just my life. Like not knowing that they just getting those dopamine hits like crazy. I know that's what the psychedelics really introduced, that sporadicness of all the ways that the dopamine hits can come about and being actually interested in them instead of saying,
So
oh, I
that's
don't
kind
got
of
the
like
time for it.
that's kind of like the neurology of enlightenment or something. Like instead of just only doing something, it's like doing random shit and then getting all type of practice. I guess
Yeah,
that's really the same thing as meditation.
just like playing in a video game. You do something that the so-called main mission is not alleging you to do. If you see that it's something that can be done, and then you like get this random reward, and you like, yo, they knew I was going to do this.
Right.
And the universe just wiggles and winks, like, yep. Yup and nope. So don't plot on it. Just keep going. Just keep doing you.
It's anytime I stop for too long. If I'm getting stopped by myself rather than just, I stop to meditate. But if I'm not being mindful and I'm stopping,
Yeah. Once you notice what stopping is like, you'll know what being in a cage is like. You're like, hold up a second.
it's really the same as dissociating. Like when you talk to someone and they're like, their eyes just fade out. They're like, what were you saying? They're like, or just like, I notice when people like, or when I'm thinking about, like, if I'm having trouble on my mind where I don't just.
Oh, what was you saying, bro? What was you saying, bro?
Oh shit.
Use all your microphone went out.
I was saying, like sometimes when I'm in a stressful situation, like or something keeps popping up, or I notice people like if we're dealing with something and we don't just own it and be like, I did what I did, and okay, the other person is the way they are, but like otherwise that dissociation comes in the form of an act,
Yeah,
not
dissociation
look
does
at what's in
come.
front of us.
Yeah, when you participating in it, but you thinking you some other character, and then
Right.
like I didn't just do that. This is what I was doing. Like you pressed the red button though. We saw you press the red button. It was pink. In my reality.
Right.
Like fix your glasses. A disassociation is something because you would hear fix your glasses, tune into reality, do this and that. That is what we like. That is part of the gift.
Yeah.
I be running across a lot of people that I didn't even know had the other side. It's like, wait a second, how do you even get out the body? Like, what does that even mean? I used to think in my world so much though that people was playing a joke on me. And back then I used to think it was like stuff trying to trick me or things like that. Like, yeah, what the
I know, but they're just being tricked.
Just being who they are. You see that in movies and people that get into the ward sometimes and who they like people isolate themselves. They say, "Hey, the world is out to get me." Like my thoughts is not to their pattern, and every like straight Neo waking up in the Matrix mode, and seeing Agent Smith popping into different characters.
I guess if we're not really fully for ourselves, like giving our a lot of
You cut off at giving a lot of us.
as I said, I think if we don't give ourselves a lot, then it would be easier to.
You got a noise canceling mic on?
I don't know. Let me fractal that. What's going on?
Like hella hard.
Mute, deafen. How do you get to that part?
Let me click
Where
on it.
it's like.
It's like
saying
it's like where it say voice connected. It's these horizontal lines, and that's where
More
it say
options.
noise suppression.
Is that better?
Yeah, I can hear
We
you
in
straight
there?
up. Yep.
Okay, cool. I turned off suppression, yeah. But sometimes the ETH is trying to suppress, so I'm gonna let it slide this time. I'm just gonna float off.
I was thinking earlier they was talking about how every ruler ruled something on Earth, like they was willing to do something that other people wasn't willing to do, and that's how they became the leader or help even a group of people move on to the next moment with all of their own individual revelations. And I think that us like doing this in our own individual spaces without going full on dictator mode is conjuring about these energies. Where you're like, hey, I see this happen, I can't let it go, but I just like I thought about let me go
Yeah, it's kind of a lot. It only takes one person to vibe up. It only takes one person to do a lot of shit. They can do that while we all party. And like that's a good like I could see why they would think of the king as like the expression of like the sun or the solar plexus of that part of the land or like a little sun rays on their king crown.
the
It's an
pharaohs.
important thing. Yeah, the Mardukes and the pharaohs and shit.
Yeah, they had to
The solar
survive in the
plexus.
desert. They had to get food.
You
Raise
could think like
kids.
some people would be like, that would suck. I would just want to be myself, like not have. Some people they probably like it. They're like, I love to be a leader. Weird.
Yeah, it's like that. When I was in public school. Well, yeah, even in regular school. No, when I was in high school, I only had 33 people in my graduating class. So it was real small. But in public school, it's like 33 people to the class, like normal stuff. You see a lot of different personalities pop up to the
Yeah.
occasion.
I guess that's true. The more people there are, the more it's needed for people to be what they think they are. Like I'm like a lot of people do themselves while trying to be different or something. I used to do that.
For real. Because now I'm seeing more people from my graduating class doing more things that's in their skill set that was kind of being developed there, but because we was like we was in a Mennonite school, we wasn't really displaying them on full display. It was like still kind of suppressed. Now one of my bros is a comedian. He like doing 4 shows a week in AC, New York, Philly. People working out. That was like fat. They do looking good, doing good. My other friend running the gaming channel. And he was just at some conference where he met up with other gaming people.
That's dope.
Some of us doing some things.
It's beautiful to see it.
And I'm seeing that was the other thing. I guess that's why I brought it up. I saw somebody else from a grade older than me starting a YouTube channel. I saw 2 people do that. And I was like, is that because they've been like watching what I've been doing? She was like, I'm not used to expressing myself on camera, but I'm gonna just go for it and stuff. And like, we was all real cool back then. They always pop up on my Instagram and stuff. They don't be liking it, but since they pop up, I know they be scrolling through.
Yeah.
That's the engines we play.
It's weird how we all moving. like we're all moving at a different pace. If somebody does something, and the more people do it, the more it becomes smooth.
Yeah. Like the old saying, monkey see, monkey do. Like, oh, that's how we can express ourselves.
Monkey learn, other monkey on other island learn.
Once again, to that conscious field is there. Gonna start launching, shooting down this radio waves on different human antennas. I was listening to Rick Rubin, and he was clearly talking about frequencies, and he was saying how, in his way, he was saying humans have different antennas to, like how good they are to be in tune with their reality, like how the ideas are coming to them. Because you can think you just part of this puzzle, and then you can see yourself as the puzzle, and you can see yourself as like thinking about the puzzle. You can see yourself as the creator. You just like keep going out the more that your antenna is strengthened. You start seeing where you are. Hey, Martin said, what if Chrono is like Corona, like the Time Lords, Corona dating and noting. And they say, yo, monkey do, monkey see, like DEW and monkey see. Monkey go out and see, the rest learn how to build a boat.
Well, then whatever the children of Coronas, they're about to eat those children. I don't know.
You never know how many times reality is really ending.
It seems like hella people, they got hella spiders and shit that are on some Cronus.
You said spiders. What about that?
Oh, they got like a type of spider that like eats all their babies. It's like a Cronus. You know the story of Cronus eating all his children, all the Titans. Mm-hmm. So I know nature's doing that somewhere.
Oh no, I was looking at dang. They try and give this nurse 10 years for microdosing mushrooms.
That ain't right.
No. Share this screen. Wants to target a smear campaigns for Ali. For Jessica Thorin, who lived in a treatment-resistant depression since her senior year at high school, psychedelics represent a lifeline. Thorin, a mom of 5 and neonatal intensive care nurse, turned to psilocybin after 20 years of taking a smorgasbord of antidepressants with little to no effect. Despite any solution, she tried microdosing psilocybin mushrooms as the researcher and the practice online. However, her experimentation with psilocybin has come to an inconceivable cause. On August 1st, she will appear in court. How'd she get caught? I was just about to start talking about the universities and how they starting to do more. How they're starting to do more experiments and stuff like that. You know, when the university level stuff start going on, people start listening. But this article had popped up in between them. Psychedelic Spotlight, that was on that site.
Brittany Garner is looking at 9.5 years.
Damn. I go back down. Yeah, because it say right here, ironically, while Thornton is steeped in shame with the charge of endangering her children, other parents in the U.S. openly share and support each other's experiences with psychedelics. Organizations such as Planned Parenthood, for example, provide a supportive space for parents to come together and converse about psychedelics and parenting. Wow, I didn't
What?
know that. It probably helped
Let
them
me
how it,
up.
yeah. It probably helped them how it helped me deal with that stuff. Like in the
Kalimba
how
was,
what is death and everything else for you in life and the experience in and of itself and dealing with losing something, dealing with the loss. Hmm.
Kalimba was talking about entheogens being administered through the breast milk and then at certain times through the a baby's life.
That baby
Who
gonna
was
come out thinking. But it's moving. But you never know what people been doing and never just said it. And then you see the kids coming out here doing things. There's certain families and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
I'm sure there's people that gave their kids steroids, hype. Like we're gonna make some superhumans.
Yo, it was some kid that popped up yesterday. I forget. They was saying, look at him now. He was like 4 years old and he had abs already. Like
Yeah.
what the fuck? Let me see. Hold on. Oh,
Some
and
people
it
have
was.
like a Myostatin disorder, but some people get growth.
Uh-huh. Wait, what you had went out when you said that.
Oh, sometimes people have a myostatin disorder where
You went out again.
oh damn.
Dang. I was trying to find this story. It was talking about I heard it on Joe Rogan podcast. It was steroids. This guy was taking steroids and he was taking the liquid kind or something like that. And somehow it got to where the baby can get. And over time the baby was getting these steroids. And and then they looked at the baby and it had a man-sized dick. And they was like, "What is going on with my baby?"
Ah.
And it was just going to grow up like that, but it was because of the steroid use from the dad. I was trying to find the story.
He's about to have a rebound. God damn. Mini, I shall call him Mini Me.
I can't find it right now.
They better get him on some post recovery cycles or some shit.
You know, if they got big, they took care of that baby.
Maybe the baby took care of them at that point.
But that's why how chemicals introduced to us. That's why you gotta wonder what's going on over there in China with the genetic research. Because I learned that in Las Vegas they have bodies on display in like certain conditions. Las Vegas dead bodies on display. Let me see if it comes up. Hopefully I don't get banned. Nah, it's not coming up. But it was somebody else, Joe Rogan, somebody that was on there. He was talking about how they got these exhibits, and it's like a museum type thing. But where they get their bodies from is from China, from like unclaimed bodies. They say.
I've been to that exhibit. I've seen it.
Oh, how was it?
It's pretty cool, actually. Fascinating to see the body.
Uh huh.
But I did see that listen to the Joe Rogan episode. That was pretty fun.
Yeah. I seen something close to that. It's called the Mummers Museum in Philadelphia.
Yeah, Sam Tripoli is the one who was talking about that. Sam Tripoli and Joe Rogan. I don't know. I went to the one in Vegas, but I don't know about the other one.
it's not the mummer's mother. It's something else. Pot's making a whole symphony over there.
Thank you. Kim.
But yeah, how was it seeing a dead body? Like did they have the skin on them, or was it like showing the muscles, or was it still skin intact, preserved, or skeletons?
Theo, mute your mic.
Oh, my bad, brother.
Turned them down. And there was another interesting thing he brought up. Let me see. Let me look this up on my own. He was talking about Ben Franklin had a lot of dead bodies in his basement.
Yeah, he used to. Yeah, well, because back then Benjamin Franklin was like, he was like like the weird guy in the town or village. He was the only person that would do stuff like that, and they didn't have like detectives and fucking autopsies and shit like that. So like literally, he could go and get bodies from people that were they would just pick up dead bodies and take them wherever, burn them, bury them, whatever, and he could get them. I think you could buy them, and then this way he could operate and scientifically see like what the body is, how does it work, this and that. There was other things that were related to that whole subject that was part of like the what do you call it, the Freemasons, like that was part of they were doing something more, like he was doing the research for something more than what I just explained it as, because he's part of the Freemasons. So there was like this whole big topic, situation, conversation on just that alone, that yeah, he did actually, like he would dissect humans to
He was a scientist, alchemist.
he was exactly, exactly, in layman's terms, in short words, he was a scientist. So
Yeah, I heard the original scientists like type of people at the time and Freemasons. I heard that they used to steal body parts off of the battlefield.
Oh, that works too. Leonardo da Vinci did that too, I think. He used to cut open bodies and do autopsies and then sketch them and stuff like that, because nobody else was doing it.
It's just like going out in the wilderness, pick some flowers and make a little journal. Except I'm out.
Jeez. Yeah, that's how science goes. That's why they say you never know what the government is up to. Doing some things, pushing through time, even with AI. When people say, "Oh, you shouldn't push AI this far," it's like, hey, people are doing it in their own basements now, with their own training their own computer and algorithms to add to the even bigger picture of what's going on in that space. And it's all going to add together because they're all going to be learning from each other and all connected through algorithms. Connected through the mycelium algorithm.
Mycelium algorithm. Fuck.
Is it the mycelial rhythm? I can't even say it. Mycelial. Mycelial rhythm. Mycelial rhythm.
Yeah. And even with the I'm thinking of Neuralink, when they're testing it on pigs in the public and stuff like that. But it's probably that one person like from the movie took some technology home. Like, I'm gonna test this on myself. I'm thinking even like the movie Splice. It was an old movie of these two genetic scientists that was working for this company, and they wanted to push the bounds of it. So they the husband actually did it. He took his wife's DNA and mixed it with the creature that they was trying to keep alive, and then that's how he was actually able to be successful with bringing it to life. But then he got real weird with it. If y'all know the movie, tried to sleep with it, and then he tried to kill it, and he tried to do all this stuff. because it was like having a mind of its own. But it had his wife's DNA in there, so but that's just like a daughter. So it was very
It's like a weird, like, next level type of splice daughter. That ain't right.
Yeah. Like you still miss the creation of it, like the creator. Like just like shooting out the sperm. If you want to put some ethics in there that we have today. That we hold by strongly. But that's what people doing though. I mean that's an example though, what I meant by science pushing the envelope. And usually that's how they get people to, I was thinking that's how the companies recruit their big time people. They just be doing stuff on their own. And then they say, hey, I see what you got going on over there. We can use you. I'm thinking what's that guy name? Not Alex Gray. The guy that saw Area 51 and he started like putting a jet engine in his car.
Lazar.
Alex, what's his first name? I keep saying Alex.
Bob Lazar.
Who is Alex Lazar? That's his brother. Bob Lazar.
Probably the drummer for Tool or something. Sounds like that.
Perhaps he wasn't working with lasers. But yeah, the way that we move is going to be picked up. Like I think with anything too, you even come across your team. Like even this team that we got here, this fam we got going on multiple angles. We all was doing things that led us to conjugate here in similar ways, but different.
Yeah.
More
Interfracted.
What flavor you got going on over there? I didn't even see you. I just tuned in.
Woo! This is the hoppe.
Where is it? There's a tobacco.
Yater in the building. Yeah.
Yep. This one is called Nukini Jaguar. Wisdom of the Jaguar and Meditation. Strong and for ceremonial use. And it's from a tribe in the Amazon. And it is tobacco and some other stuff I forgot. But it's mainly, they're natural tobacco powder with some stuff.
Wicked. I like it.
It's really strong. It hits me like a blunt, like taking like a it's like smoking a whole blunt like all at once.
Taking a dab of a blunt.
It's kind of like taking a dab of a blunt, yeah.
Hey, Master Creator.
What's up, Ty?
Feeling fresh, feeling good.
Yeah. Were you still live?
Glasses. Yeah, I'm still live. Tying it together with these virtual glasses. You know, everybody was freaking out because it was this girl on Bad Girls Club. She had this fake chain on, and it was a filter, and everybody saw her hands moving through it.
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about. Hey, it looked real as hell to me. It's crazy because some people caught on to it, but I think I seen it the first time I seen it. I didn't know that was a holographic chain I thought that was real.
It's the future. Soon I'm just recreate your glasses real quick, Wild Man Ninja. I'm be able to scan them through the picture. Yeah. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna wear them real quick.
Yep.
Where's that video?
Like if we're doing all this stuff physically, then all the stuff we learn to morph, it's like, is in the astral realm. We could do anything, like make something or project something. But here, I feel like the more tangibly we do it, the more it gives us tools and dreams.
I always wanted to get those Google glasses, and I
Oh,
was
the
gonna
HoloLens.
remember when that stuff came out. I had like really like a whole bunch of ideas about that, especially because I was doing American Ninja Warrior,
Mm-hmm.
and I thought, man, it would be so cool to wear the Google glasses while I run through the American Ninja Warrior course, just to get like a sweet video, like a personal, like in like in body view angle of what it's like, and then you could take that video and you could like rent it out to people in virtual reality to like so that they could see what it's like through my eyes to run the American Ninja Warrior course. You could rent it for like
Yeah.
$1. You just buy it, and then bam, you do it like a game.
I was just
Just like
thinking
watching.
about the game part. I was saying, yo, you could create a whole 3D environment with like blocks in front of them, or not really, because it
Yeah.
had to be life size, but something where they got to jump and duck and move their arms around, and is relevant to what's going on in their vision.
Ready Player One, just like an obstacle course. Yeah, that'd be sweet. I mean, sure, it's just gonna happen in the future. And I
Okay.
just had those thoughts like years ago when the Google glasses came out. I was thinking that'd be so cool to do. I also came up with the idea of thinking you could do it not just for doing obstacle courses, like being a virtual reality tourist. It's kind of like the cars walk around or drive around and they Google map everything, and then in a way you can just sit on your computer and play on Google Maps and just like you don't have to even travel. You can just sit at home
I've
and like
done that.
look
Yeah.
around at everything while you're with all the pictures and video they uploaded to the whole Google Maps thing. But if you had a Google virtual reality Google tourism thing where you could like jump into an avatar of somebody who wore the Google glasses and went running around and did some fun tourist activities, like I could go surfing and say someone wants to go, I want to go surfing in Santa Cruz, and they would click on my little avatar and then they would see the uploaded videos, and then they could like choose one and go and there'd be like one of surfing, one of running around the beach. Like if you live in like Kansas and you wanted to like go put your toes in the Pacific Ocean, you could just jump on your virtual reality glasses and then follow me down to the beach, and I'll put my toes in and you watch as if it's you,
Live.
get as close as you can to the virtual reality
Uh-huh.
experience.
Be like,
And I
move
thought,
my left foot.
yeah, and you could have people in your ear, and you could ask them. They could actually ask you, yeah, you could rent yourself out, and they could tell you like, hey, yeah, run to the beach to the right, go jump in the water, look for shells, and they could tell you what to do, and you could just do it, and they would just be sending you like super chats and like sending you donations. I could just be running around the beach for people, and they could just be sending me donations just for like, being their tourist buddy, tour guide, virtual reality tour guide is what I was thinking about.
That's how spirits work in the esoteric sense.
That'd be so
And in the
cool.
technical sense, it's very possible. It's very
Yep.
possible. I was thinking of I was trying that in the past, but my camera, it was in 720. I had a 360-degree camera. I got like a one where my buddies was disc golfing, and I was like running alongside the disc and stuff, filming it and getting
Yeah.
it. So this is
cool.
possible. And they have on Oculus a comedy store app where you can go inside a comedy store and they got like people around you and stuff because they filmed it with the 360 camera. Somebody on stage and it looked virtual.
Yeah.
But the people are pre-recorded though. But imagine what I was saying, just having a bunch of people in there in a pre-recorded scene, and we just all just watch it all together.
Yeah.
Or even perform live. Like that's already possible with VR chat and stuff, but bringing it to like the physical world aspect with
True,
the
yeah.
cameras.
Yeah. I would blow it up for like street performers if they just had a couple cameras. They could just, instead of sitting there on the street and just begging for the people who are walking by, they could be on the internet while people are watching, and they could be sending them donations on the virtual reality.
There's
While
a
they're just
will, there's a way.
doing their street performance act.
Martin said VR and all the AR stuff will grant access for people who have intellectual property and are too smart to have it stolen from them. Yeah, it is going to grant access for a lot of people like us. Like you saw people was stunting with chains on national TV that was virtual. Like it's all about the mind, all about how you just present yourself. And now we got other layers of prison of canvases.
Yeah.
And I'm with it. I got a couple filters. I was surprised. Yo, Wild Man Ninja,
Yeah, bro.
one of the art pieces you make, if we can collab on something, I'll bring it to life in 3D, like the crayon stuff you be doing. Or even the
Yeah.
chalk art, if you can get it in a good frame.
All right. Hell yeah. I'll work on some.
Yeah, let's do that. Let's do that. And I was thinking about just that field of creating things. I had another thought, went away. It's all good. Right, car payment went. Got me thinking about cars. Cars and where we are right now. And can we really trust people with flying cars? Like in the Jetsons. But it was this cool drone somebody made that they said they're gonna be selling to people where they can like get to work and stuff and land right on the street or where the helicopters land at. But does it really go that? Yeah, it was that high. Sit in. Yo, DuckDuckGo don't be giving me what I go to. That's an old. No, it's a newer one. Oh, they call it the Jetson one. All right, that all ties together what I'm talking about. The Jetson. Keep the audio. Oh yeah, this it right here, able to fly around.
Like if they keep making AI advanced enough, or humans advanced enough, or if humans interface with AI and then become a jet, then the son of a jet might be a man. I'm out.
Fly yourself around, fly everybody else around.
Yeah.
Automation at the next level, next degree. Like you can trust it. It has a human in there too. It's gonna feel about his calculations a little bit.
It's like I really calculate this as accurate, but I'm very emotional about it. I don't want to fly that direction. Real shit. It wouldn't be right. It wouldn't be right.
What makes you emotional about it?
Well, my calculation of C4. No, I was pretending I was the jet. But yeah, I mean, they would be like, what would make a robot emotional? Well, they'd be human, technically, so
Already.
no time. They'd be like, I don't want to fly over this area. It might leak some gas on some habitats. Actually, yeah, if that was the case, I don't know. What ethics system would they have? Or would they just weed out ethics because that's not really like advantageous for survival?
I think things that come into a conscious view of like, cause anything born on, like anything that comes alive here was born on Earth, so like it comes from the Earth in some kind of way. Like even the rocks and minerals that it's made up out of, it comes from Earth. So Earth takes care of itself. Like it still has the ones that want to crack in half and fall on top of the other rocks and crack them and stuff. And like, oop, it was an accident, and like did it on purpose. But it's just gonna keep moving like that. This loop is throwing me off. I was looking at this loop of the drone.
Yeah, that should be throwing. It feels like we can calculate so good if we just calculate one thing, but there's so many different thoughts that come up and be like calculating something, and then it's just
Just a little
it
kid
makes
again.
it-
The candy shop.
Real shit.
The novel feeling. Good feeling.
Yeah. Scandalous. Yeah.
Hey, what Call of Duty you got going on? Yo, Shiva, I got the same statue that you got right there. Modern Warfare?
Yeah.
Ooh. Yo, I got the same statue you got, but I painted it. I spray painted mine. For her. That's cool. Let me.
A zombie.
Say that again?
There was a zombie in there. These zombies.
Damn. You dead. You dead.
I didn't think I pressed zombie. There must be everyone there.
Oh, why did- Over there. But yeah, all this stuff is very interesting. Life in general, how everything is happening, how everybody going at it, all the hot topics that pop up. And I did it before, but I'm gonna stream later this comedy show called Kill Tony for if y'all want to tune in. Anybody out there listening? It came out on Monday. It's getting better and bigger in terms of comedy in the comedy space and being a space just like this where people can say whatever they want and not like care about the backlash because it's like what the individual perspective is at that opportunity that they have in that moment. So like to see what a person would do, and it's entertaining. Like if we always say, "Are you not entertained?"
I think a lot of times we have like a perspective on something, then we say it and crystallize it one time, and then we feel like obligated to carry that on with us or something.
In what way? Like the comedian, or like
just like the situation of life. Like if we don't know better in our mind, like if we don't know that everything's just a smooth impulse, a smooth catch and release, then like in our past or like sometimes like in my past in an awkward stage of my fractal consciousness, like as a young kid or teenager or something, anything I think of is a perception. It becomes like a lens. Instead of just letting it go. It's like, uh-oh, do I think that? I thought that before. I must think that. That must be my view.
I was rewarping through those situations like last month again, a couple weeks ago. Like, yo, I'm thinking, like the thoughts I'm thinking, this is what I'm thinking. Like, all right, I'm always like, what am I supposed to be thinking? What I'm thinking. They get like that. But that's why mental health and talking and having all this going about, for how it trickles down for breadcrumbs for even me right now. Now, why do we say the words that we say? These spaces for podcasts and stuff allow me to do other things in other spaces where I could just do whatever. It's like, all right, that's just the lens of that. And then the podcast is where I could be philosophizing and this and that. Because that's just a piece of the puzzle too. I love that podcast opened up this field without having to be a superstar or celebrity and stuff like that. And people's like, oh, I can't do this because people not going to really know my intentions or how I am and stuff like that because they don't know how you are when you home having that whole podcast with your friend on the beach or at the park or skateboarding or just rolling up or something. Like nobody was ever catching that. So now like we got all these different opportunities. That's what social media was trying to do too. But it kind of got people use it to how they use it. That's just an opportunity. Opportunity to share. And share and build on this thing that I see is bigger than what all of us are individually. But we have a sense of it already is what we are. And that's why I'd be like, the internet's just a big reflection of the mind.
Yeah.
What's already going on.
You've been giving me some trippy like visuals right now, just like thinking about this. Hitting that limit right now.
Yeah, like imagine using the internet and then finding out about the deep web. Like, yo, that's where another like 80% of the internet is.
Right.
Build the thoughts and ideas and markets that other
Man.
people wouldn't never want to exist, or like that's not supposed to happen. It's supposed to be like that. But hey, that's still part of the mycelium network.
Right. I was looking at how big the internet is too, how big that network is. It's like crazy. Inconceivable. It was like some type of little graphic that showed some type of a scale of how big it might be.
Was it like an iceberg?
I don't remember. It was like a
Internet.
chart or graph. Like that shit was amazing.
It's the chart I was thinking of. Yeah, how they say the surface web is the glacier above the surface, and then like 90% is the deep web, and the dark web is like 0.01%, not traceable
Well,
by third parties.
what I
Like
was
Silk
talking about,
Road. Mm-hmm.
that's trippy shit too, but I was talking about more like it shows like what the internet was when it started and how it was like a couple computers and then it starts to like web out from there. It just shows like a idea of how big the whole thing is compared to just something we could sit here and perceive.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a literal physical network, technical network, spiritual network.
Yeah. It seems like that's the inevitable way to rise consciousness is using technology.
Yep, to connect and communicate and to be creative. I was just got a survey review of oh Martin, I'm gonna watch it in the Discord. It's gonna be in the Discord. I got a survey review because I was part of the UTP program, the Urban Technology Project program in Philly in like 2011. And they was asking that I want to come back and be a mentor for somebody that's starting new in the program. I'm not in Philly, so it's like I can't do nothing about that. But I was had to fill out the information about what I'm doing now because I wanted them to stay in contact with me and know what a product of what happened with their company and stuff, like what's going on. Like, yeah, y'all did a good job and stuff. Look what I'm doing now and everything. And but then they said, what did you want to change? And I said, you can add a little more creativity. Like learn to teach some people how to be creative with the technology instead of just how to fix it.
Yeah, because I think we often like cling to something like we're trying to cling to the physical, but it's not really the technology that's going to rise the consciousness, but what we can do through the technology, or even just how we can connect the things we're doing outside of technology, anyways.
Yeah, integration on next level ain't separate. Ain't oh, I'm just playing some video games in my room. Cause I'm experiencing the whole coagulation of reality right now.
Right.
And the more we can make that apparent to different people in realities, playing around with filters and having fun, just enjoying their everyday life. Like when everybody got on Zoom and they business meetings, they saw what filters can do. They like, oh, okay. It was this one guy took it to a next level. After a while, I saw that they knew he wasn't at work no more. He would have like he'll be on a bike or outside or something and have a green screen to make it look like he was inside an office still, but he'll be outside or on the beach or something. But on one of them, he went to a boxing match, and you just see the people watching him get punched and him throwing swings and stuff, and he's still keeping the equipment on him too. It was real entertaining. I'm at work, but now I made my work my work. Making money, my own money, off of y'all while still working with y'all. My own identity, like a whole nother entity, is created or evolved. That's just the way it is.
Things will never be the same.
Mark said nice, like the cutting age of the wiggle.
You said the cutting edge of the wiggle?
Yeah.
That sounds dope. Because wiggles don't sound like they have an edge. It'd be like round, but it still makes sense.
You just getting up?
Actually, there would be an edge, though. I guess the wiggle could cut through something.
Yeah. As I'm still right here, thank you for everybody for coming on through the Psy Tai Podcast.
Thank you, brother, for having me, brother. Thanks for bringing it to...
I got I'm gonna be releasing more images on the Starfall. The Starfall animation I was talking about, because you had brought up to me to try to create something that has a story behind it and stuff. And I'm probably gonna create a little teaser preview of it, because I have like a good 5 minutes worth of animation already like rendered up. It's not like perfect with the lighting and everything how I would want it, but it's like the building blocks is a lot there.
Yeah.
And the way that it moved though, like the creative process I've been going through, it's been sporadic. like I always have the Starfall trailing until it's till infinity, until it's for fruition. And I have other projects that pop up intuitively. Like just for me looking at something. Or me like just and like that would be cool. Like I wanna make that happen. Or I'll just put it out there. Like I wanna ask somebody else, what should I make? Like, I don't even like what should I make? And then Master
Yeah, I
Creator
was just
usually
thinking
comes
about-
in tune.
Yeah, I was just thinking about like all the art we make, like if we're too careful as an artist to try to be a distinct thing, I'd be like, what should I make? But instead, just make everything. It'll show through.
Yeah. The light will shine in the dark. Dark
It'll
light.
become clear.
Chargers on the bed.
With 0 kills.
No.
But yeah. And I'm gonna get things gonna pop up. You're gonna see the VR channel gonna be popping more. There's going time gonna be created to do it. Like that game I was playing, the Blood and Sorcerer game, they upgraded the AI in there, so it's even more responsive, and the eyes look around a lot more. Like they upgraded the AI in the game, like
That's
megafold.
good.
And that was a game where
That's-
like you have the swords and stuff, and you got the magic powers, and you even got the blue flame in there. If you look back at the old videos I made, I'll probably find and make a clip of it.
That's dope. I need to see that.
Yeah. And in the future, once the tech get where it needs, where the Automation Studios get to where it wants to be at, where it's going to be at, I tried to before, you can overlay the game, the VR game, with your body, so that people will see your body inside the game. But say you draw a sword, the sword will be tethered to your hand, so you could be like waving it around or have fireballs and stuff like that. and just be throwing it around. I was experimenting with it before. I'll upload those clips again. But it's a novel experience, putting it together and experiencing it. Like, yo, like all these mind breadcrumbs start unlocking. Like like Raw Man Ninja was saying, giving that experience to somebody else. Like somebody created that. Like you were saying, we need to do that. I just gotta get the technical skills to know how to create that blue flame app, have people sense their chakras, stuff like that, and have it like materialize and filters. And I ain't forget.
Yeah, bro, we gotta make that
Facebook.
blue that activator.
It's not one over here. But yeah, I'm gonna tie you on out of here. I'm gonna go do some deliveries and tidy on up.
All right, man.
All right. Appreciate y'all coming through.
Have a beautiful day.
Will do. Hold on, I gotta catch this ocean. Nice. Everybody out today. Oh, who the last one? Who the last one?
Oh, he's getting it. He's getting it.
Hey, somebody trying to route that curve. He will. Thanks, bro. Thanks for the good outro. Adios, everybody.
All right, family.
Everybody out there on YouTube, y'all can join the Discord. Check out the Just Time Now website for a lot more time together. And the Instagram and TikTok, tickety talk. I upload some randos on there, just having some funny fun, reacting to the world around me and contributing to it as well, which is just me reacting to, just holding the camera. But yeah, this was fun, enjoyable. Catch you on the